Okay, so this next firearm we're going to shoot is a SIG P238 in 380. This is going to be a 99 grain jacketed hollow point. And we'll see how the polyurea performs. Well, it looks like the 380 failed. The polyurea failed to stop the 99 grain jacketed hollow point in 380. Looks like we have a one here right next to where I had hit with a 380 prior to, and here's another one right next to the 44 mag. 380 jacketed hollow point. Looks like we have some more shrapnel from it as well. So let's step up and see what I believe their 38 special, I believe, is our next one. Let's see what our next projectile will be. Okay, so our next firearm is back to our Smith & Wesson 38 special, and here I'll be shooting a 110 grain jacketed hollow point projectile. Okay. Pretty good little grouping. Okay, so it looks like again, 38 special jacketed hollow point. It was a easy match for our 1-inch thick slab of polyurea. Looks like we had another tumbler too, so it looks like all this right here, both of these are our 38 special. Jacketed hollow point. And again, we got some shrapnel right up here. We got a little bit right down in here too. Okay, let's go to our next one, which should be our 9mm. Okay, so next up is our Versa Thunder 9mm. We have a 135 grain jacketed hollow point up against our 1-inch thick slab of polyurea. Put my ears in, and we'll put these down range. Okay, so our 135 grain jacketed hollow point 9mm. Put a nice little hole here, and a nice little hole here. Looks like we have some fragmentation from either the projectiles or from the polyurea. But anyway, this is our 9mm jacketed hollow point. And again, polyurea failed to stop it. Okay, next to the last firearm to shoot for today, we have our Para Ordnance Expert full-size 1911, and we will be shooting a 200 grain jacketed hollow point at our 1-inch thick slab of polyurea. Okay, so shot the 45 ACP jacketed hollow point, and I'm only finding one hole, which is this one right here. But looking around here at the front of my target, I have 2 entry, and back here I have 2 exits, and apparently one of them went through the hole of the 357. So we're getting a little crowded here for some real estate up on the target, so I'm trying not to put a shot placement through the same hole on the slab of polyurea. But it looks like I went through one of the holes inside the side of the paper. So the 1-inch thick slab of polyurea failed to stop 2 rounds of 45 ACP. I believe it was 200 grain jacketed hollow point. So let's move on up to the little bitty 44 mag. So as I was just saying, here is my 2 projectile entry points for the 45 ACP. And coming around here on the back side, here would be my 2 exit channels on the polyurea. Here is one of the projectiles through the paper, and I'm suspecting it went through this hole right here, which was marked 357. So I'm not that good of a shot. That was pure accident. So our last one for the day will be our 44 mag, 240 grain, jacketed hollow point, fired through a Desert Eagle. And let's see how our polyurea can handle our little friend here. Wow.
Cameras are rolling.
Okay, so well, our little 1/8 thick slab of polyurea just couldn't stop the 44 mag, 240 grain jacketed hollow point fired through our little Desert Eagle. But my gracious, at the looks like we put a nice hole right here. 44 mag, JHP, and having trouble finding where the other ones are, because where the shot placement was, I have a lot of tears here from probably fragmentation from the projectile. So I know I have a portion here, we have a portion here. I never did mark that one, but yeah, polyurea could not stop it. So out of all of the cartridges that we fired today, the only one that the 1-inch thick slab of polyurea was able to stop was the 25 ACP full metal jacket. Now, I didn't try it with a jacketed hollow point because, one, I didn't have any, but all of the other cartridges, the polyurea was not able to stop. So next up, we will do some rifle rounds, starting with 22 long rifle, working on up to 45-70, and then we'll also do some shotgun rounds. So keep watching for those, and just sort of, again, polyurea is used in a lot of applications where ballistic mitigation is very important, but the polyurea by itself will not stop a bullet unless it's a 25 ACP. When manufacturers manufacture ballistic grade materials, and this is actually a ballistic grade material, but it's not intended to stop projectiles. It's used in other instances where it's actually combined with other ingredients, other fabrics, ceramics, you know, stuff that are top secret, that is used to stop those projectiles. But the coating itself, by itself, is not strong enough to stop a projectile at 1 inch thick. If that projectile happens to be a 25 ACP, then you could be safe. But I wouldn't want to be standing behind it to prove that point. So again, just sort of debunking the myth that polyurea is bulletproof. It can be when it is utilized with other components, but polyurea, the coating or the truck bed lining material by itself, is not bulletproof. So hope that you've enjoyed this, and again, we'll see next what our rifle rounds will do.